welcome back to Heavy Metal Models. You know, it couldn't have been easy to take the history and the power and the style of the Mustang and shrink it down and mount it onto what was essentially a Pinto frame, but Ford did exactly that in the 1970s. And the result, though it had Mustang purists screaming on the top of their lungs, actually turned out to be one of the biggest sales successes for the brand in the 1970s. Well, GreenLight knows a good thing when they see it. They put together a really well-priced and moderately well-detailed model of one of the coolest cars from the 70s, whether you loved it or not. Check this out. GreenLight's Mustang II, seen here in 1976 Stallion deco, brings out one of the more memorable images from the 70s in fine form. And considering this model's humble price point, it's got an awful lot to offer. From the trapezoidal grille to the arc over the rear wheels, GreenLight's image looks close to perfect from every angle, and it sits on a set of sweet Ford factory mags wrapped in Goodyear radials. There's a working suspension and some very cool badging on the car's nose and rear. Taken alongside the big Stallion shield on the fender, oh man, the 70s. And the V8 badge in its proper place just above the side marker, the model's nicely done paint and neat overall assembly look good. And this one's got some features too. Above that suspension, the castings opening doors, hood, and hatch make the puny pony not only a nice display piece, but a model that's got some decent detailing under the skin. Pop the rear deck and the mixture of bare plastic and carpeted flooring will look familiar to anyone who ever had to maneuver their groceries around the spare tire hub. Go forward and the interior is nicely turned out with plastic seats and dash and a carpeted floor. I like the instrument panel's silver paint and the neat inset gauges. They really help to sell the image well. While it's off the mark in a couple of areas, the little V8 isn't intolerable, though it looks like the valve covers are too far forward or maybe the air cleaner is too far back. Some fairly easy tweaking could bring the area around nicely. Same goes for the chassis. Though it's a basic, albeit neatly done affair, detail hounds and modders can go to town and really make the car's bottom half sing. Decent lensing, good chrome, decent assembly, and a big helping of nostalgia on 4 radial tires? What's not to like? I really like this model. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money. Hey, is it a really high-end piece? No, it's not. And you couldn't expect it for that kind of bread anyway. Look, it does what it's supposed to do. Looks just like a Mustang II. And the coolest part is that GreenLight is going to do the Stallion, the Cobra. They've done it Charlie's Angels. I mean, think of a Mustang II, they're going to probably do it. Now, we can only hope that this line really takes hold and has a successful end, because I'd really like to see the regular coupe so we could get into the Ghia and some of the other ones that were more common on the streets. I give this one a solid 3 Henrys. It's a nice model, not a lot of money, and that's really what collecting is all about. Hey, thanks for coming down and checking out the show day after day. We really do appreciate it. Join us on our Facebook page. Tell us what you'd like to see on the show and give us an idea of how we can make this more a part of your collecting life. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.